textures can have the biggest impacts on your game's performance. I know we all want crispy 4K graphics in our game, but we don't always need those giant textures. But what if I told you you could remove these textures from your game and still have them? So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys, I've created images and converted them into text fonts, and we're going to show you how to create a drop-down menu system that will enable you to use this system anywhere in the engine with blueprints or UI. It's going to significantly save you a lot of time and significantly speed up your game. I'm not going to lie, the setup of this system is a bit tedious, but I'm telling you in the long run, it's going to really save you a lot of time and memory. If you're new here, my name is Taken Grace, and I want to become a better game dev along with you. So if you want to join me on that journey, hit the subscribe button, join the community. You can also join our awesome Discord community. There's a ton of game devs in there with a bunch of different experience, and everybody's there to help each other out. All right, let's get started creating this system. All right, let's get started on this. So this is probably going to be one of the most tedious projects that you do, but in the long run, it's going to save you a ton of time having to like deal with all the garbage to do with images. You won't have to deal with textures for one, so that saves a lot of memory. Graphics are the most, performance intensive thing in your entire game, right? So you won't have to worry about textures. You can basically just use a drop-down menu to select whatever you want, and then it's going to change that icon to be that particular thing. However, the tedious thing about it is, I'm just going to bring this over here. So I'm going to give you guys this font for free, because I can't access the Icon Moon anymore because I made them with the premium plan, and I don't have the premium plan anymore. So anyways, this is what they are. I just put the preview images in here. I designed all of these, by the way, so they're safe to use in commercial projects. So yeah, this is 100% made by me. So, but anyways, yeah, so I made all of these, and then I had to put them into Icon Moon. If you guys haven't seen the video, which was I'll put it on screen right now. It's this will improve your UI by 20 times or whatever I said. In there, I show you how to make these images from images into fonts. Okay, so you can watch that video if you're interested in that, but I won't cover it in here. But anyways, the font will be right here. The thing you need to worry about is this demo. You're gonna click on this. This is gonna open this page. This is gonna have the name of the thing, and this is the C++ code, if you're using C++, of this particular font, okay? This is the Blueprint version of it, okay? So, reason we can't see it is because I don't think I have this font installed on my computer, so, I mean, I could probably try to do that right now. We'll see how it goes. Okay, yeah, it didn't work. So whatever, it doesn't matter. So that's what you need to copy and paste that into your blueprint in order to get this font to show up. Obviously, this is really annoying that we made these fonts to improve our performance, but we can't actually, see them. So that's why we're going to make this enum. It's going to make your life so easy. It's just super annoying to set up. So anyways, all right, so first thing we need to do is we need to actually import this font. So we're going to go into the engine folder. If you don't have that, it's just over here. You just enable engine content, and that'll make it show up. Okay, we're gonna go into content, and I believe fonts is what it's called. It'll probably be like engine fonts or something. Yeah, here it is, engine fonts. Okay, maybe you gotta hit import, and then select that particular thing here. So, okay, here we go. And then fonts, and then yeah, then let's see if it opens this. Would you like to create a new font asset using the imported font face as the default font? Yes. Okay, there it is. Okay. Now, anywhere in the engine that you put this font and select this font, it should work. We're just going to create a new widget right now just to kind of showcase that it does actually work. So we'll make a new folder for UI. Okay, and we'll just call this user interface widget blueprint user widget, and then it's going to be icons, we'll call it. Okay, so we're opening that up now. All you need to add into this is a text. That is all. That is literally all. Okay. We are going to do desired on screen, and we'll change all this after. So we'll just open up one of those things here. So we'll say craft, sure. So we'll copy that. We will paste that up here, and it won't show up right away because you have to change the font. So we'll go to font. We will go to UI fonts. There it is. Okay. So these fonts all actually work. You just gotta put the work in to make all of this appear, right? So okay, let's show you how to get started here. So first thing we need to do is we need to create an enumeration, which we can actually put in our UI folder. So blueprint enumeration, and we're gonna say e_icons. Okay. this is where you're going to put the names of all of your icons. Okay, so I'm not going to do all of them because I think there's like 100 or something in here. So if you want to do all 100, by all means do that. But it is so much work, it's so annoying. But like I said, once it's done, your life is just going to be so easy. Anyways, the first one always in this enum is going to be empty. Okay, that's going to make all the defaults in all of the data assets and all that kind of stuff that you make is empty. And then it's also going to help us later when we're dealing with maps, because there's a really annoying thing that happens with maps that I'll show you after. Okay, so anyways, next one we'll do craft. Sure, craft. We'll do a pumpkin, right? I'm just choosing random ones. By the way, you could, if you wanted to, put them in alphabetical order. You can move these around, but two things I want to warn you about. Number one is if you add another enumeration list item after the fact and it's in alphabetical order and you move it up to make it alphabetical, it's going to screw up everything that's already in play. So like, for example, these are all bytes, right? So this is slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, etc., etc. So if you move an enumeration from slot 3 to slot 1, then it's going to push all of these ones down and change all of their enumerations, and then everything that is referencing slot 1 is going to change to whatever you just moved in there. Yeah, obviously that screws a bunch of things up. So best time to do it is at the beginning before you've set everything, and make sure you have actually all the fonts made that you want. Number two is, again, it's really tedious, annoying work to come back and fix after. So yeah, like I said, I think the best way to do this is just make sure you have all of your fonts in and ready, and then you can come back and do this, because yeah, it's super tediously annoying if you have to add some more. But once again, we're saving on performance by doing this, because we don't have to reference any, like, we're not creating hard references anywhere in the engine, because we're not using 2D graphics or 2D textures. We're using just literally text, right? So anyways, we're gonna do, I will do armor. I spell it the Canadian way. Let's do potion. And that's all I'm gonna do, because this is just gonna illustrate my point, but this is what we're gonna do, because we'll just do those 4, okay? So again, feel free to pause the video, fill them all out, get it all set up, or you can finish up after we're done the video here. But anyways, we've made our enumeration. Okay, now we're back in our icons, and we're going to go to graph. We are going to work out of pre-construct, so we'll just delete these for now. We need to both set the enum, or pardon me, the icon that we need, and we need to set the color and the font size. Okay, those are the 3 things we need to do. So we are going to create a variable for font size. Okay, and we will make that a float. Then we're going to do font color, which will be, I believe, a linear color is what we want. Pretty sure it's a linear color. We'll just we'll change it after if it's not. Okay, and like I said, we also need the icon. Okay, and that will be the enum we made, e_icon. Okay. Finally, we need to make graphs, we need to make a map. So we're going to start, we're going to make that right now. This is the annoying part. I'm not going to lie. This is like super annoying the more you have to do it, or the more you have to do. But like I said, it just literally saves your life. So we're going to call this icon to text, and we're going to keep this on E icons, and we're going to come over here and we're going to make a map. Okay, this is the first time I've actually taught maps on my channel here. Okay, so maps are a really, really good way to basically create a list of stuff that references another thing, right? So an example that I'm going to be using in my Tarkov series coming up is I have an enumeration list of the type of items that are going to go in my inventory. And I want to make a map to determine what items my particular inventory is going to allow, right? So in this case, for the Tarkov thing, I'm going to make an enumeration for all of the different types of items, and then I'm going to make this a Boolean, right? So then now inside my inventory, I can come over to the map, and I can tell the inventory what items it can allow. And then we can check later, hey, does this inventory allow this item, right? So that's one really cool way you can use maps. In this case, we are going to change this to a text. Okay, so we're going to get an enumeration from this enum, and then we're going to tell it this enumeration equals that text. Okay, so we're going to click on this. We're going to hit compile. This is why I told you to add the empty, because we're going to hit plus. And it will not allow you to add another one until this one is completed. So if you had craft as your first one and then you hit plus, it's not going to allow you to add it to the list. Really freaking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. One of the most annoying things about maps, especially when your map is huge like this one. So anyways, craft. Now we're gonna go over to the this list here, and we're gonna find the craft here, which was at the top somewhere, I think. Craft, yeah, so we're gonna copy the craft, and then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna paste. And then you're gonna do that for every item. Now we're gonna go to pumpkin, and we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna find pumpkin. Probably Control F pumpkin, right? TG pumpkin, copy, paste. This is the tedious, annoying part, okay? So, like I said, I warned you guys, so that it is tedious, but it's going to help you. So, I only had 4 items, so I'll just quickly do them here. If you guys want to pause the video and finish all the items that you want to do, then you can do that and then continue on, but I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I know it's really hard to find good sound effects and music for your commercial projects, so now I'm going to tell you about EPIDEMIC Sound. EPIDEMIC Sound is royalty-free music and sound effects with over 40,000 tracks and 90,000 sound effects. You can use EPIDEMIC Sound without worrying about licensing and publish anywhere online. You can also upload a song and search by emotion or mood so that you can have all of your music be consistent across your project. It's never been easier to get free, high-quality sound effects and music. With my link in the description below, you get a 30-day free trial for EPIDEMIC Sound. If you decide to sign up for a subscription after the free trial ends, you'll be directly supporting the channel. So check them out, EPIDEMIC Sound. I'm gonna get back to editing the video. Okay, so I did my 4. Hopefully you guys are doing more or whatever, but this will just kind of get you started. So next thing we need to do is we need to, off of pre-construct, we need to make a function, and we'll call this set icon. Okay, let's make some inputs here. So we're gonna do the icon itself, which will be our e_icon. And we're going to do the color, linear color. Oh, right. I spelled it the Canadian way and it doesn't like that. Okay. Linear color and the font size. Font size. Okay. Let's make that a float and perfect. So we'll hit compile. We will set all of these now. So icon, font color, font size. Okay. So plug all these in. Next, we need to get our map. Okay. And we're going to drag out of our map and we're going to get a find. So we're going to find the icon that is attached to this. So here's the icon. It's going to search our map for this icon. And then once it finds it, then it's going to output the text attached to that icon. And then this just indicates that if an item was found, right? So we're checking, hey, does this item exist or whatever, right? So now next we're going to, you know what? We haven't designed anything in here yet. Or sorry, we just haven't made this instance editable. So say icon text, we'll call it, and we'll make this a variable. We'll hit compile, and now in our graph we should be able to see our icon text, and we will grab that, we will set text. Okay, all right, plug that in, and that's it for that. And then for icon text we are going to set color and opacity. And what does this need? It needs a slate color, so we got to change these to slate color. So we'll break this, slate color. Okay, slate color, and then we'll change this to slate color as well. Perfect. Okay, so now we can plug in our font color right here. And we hit compile, and then, sorry, yeah, I guess we should plug that in, hey? Okay, last thing we need to do is we need to set the font size, which, as with the rest of this tutorial, is super annoying. It's really, I don't like how you have to do this in all the widgets. You have to, yes, it's set font, and then you have to also get font, whoops, get font. Okay, this needs to be split, this needs to be split, and you need to plug literally everything in here except for font size. Super annoying. That is dumb, everybody. That is dumb. That I can't just break. I don't know. Breaking is really annoying. I just wish you could collapse the node to like make it cleaner. But yeah, we gotta plug all these in. Get in there. Okay. And then font size we plug in here. Yeah, default font size, let's make like 20. Okay. And I think the default color will make white. Okay. Compile. Okay, so that's great. We'll hit compile, and I think that's all we need to do. So this is enough to make it work. So let's go to the designer, pardon me, let's go back to the graph, and we need to go to the on construct, pre-construct, and now we're going to put this here. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. So icon to use will plug in here. Icon font color will go here, and font size will go here. Okay, so we've set all those. These all need to be instance editable and exposed on spawn. Okay, so if you use these anywhere in your UI, then you can change the fonts on the fly, and we put it on event pre-construct. Hang on, there's a bug on my monitor that I don't want on my monitor. You can just die, buddy. Get over here in my fingers so I can squish you like a bug. He does not want to die. He dead now. Anyways, yeah, we're exposing these on spawn because every single UI that you put this in as a widget, now you can tell it what icons and stuff to use. Really handy for menus, really great for a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna hit compile, and now we're gonna go back to the designer. And now you can see that right now there's nothing here because the default is nothing, right? So we will hit compile. Let's set the default for this icon to be like literally anything else, like craft, sure. Compile, we'll go to the designer. And where to go? Oh, you know what it might be? Sorry, I think when we set color and opacity, do we set it to... Oh, okay, look, the alpha here is 0. That's really stupid. Okay, so make sure the alpha for your font color is not 0. And then now, there it is. Okay, so we see it now. Perfect, okay, so that's all done. Okay, so now that we have this working, and we can tell it what ones we want and all the other things, you're gonna create a new widget. Okay, so right click, just see a user interface, widget blueprint, and we'll just, whatever, new widget, doesn't matter, I'm just showing you guys how it works, right? So, we're gonna go to user created, we're gonna find our icons, and we're gonna drag that in here. Now when you click on this, you can choose the font size, okay? You can choose the color to be literally anything you want, and you can choose the icon to be a potion, or whatever you want. Right? So that's why this is super awesome. Now you can, like, on the fly, just tell it what you want. This list does get pretty long. But yeah, it's really nice to just scroll down and be like, I want this one, and it's done. You don't have to fiddle around with, like, getting any of this stuff and pasting it. And then if it's something that you want in a data asset, I mean, yeah, you could paste this, no problem. But instead of that, in your data asset, for example, so we'll just make a new blueprint class, which will be type primary data asset, select, sure, whatever. Open that up. We go to variables. We type e underscore icons. There we go. Right? And then now, in all of the things, you can, all the different data assets that you make, you can tell it what the icon it's using. Right? And then now it's going to, out of the data asset, you pull the icon, you plug it in, and it's all done, right? So I'm going to show you guys one other thing here as well. And it has to do with interactable. As an example, right? So if you have a blueprint, for example, we'll go to content, let's make a new blueprint class, type actor, call it box. Okay, in our box, we have a static mesh, a cube, sure. Okay, and our cube is, let's say it's a, you know, it could be anything, right? Let's add a widget. Okay, so this widget is going to be on the very bottom here, right here. We're going to be doing screen, and this is going to be the icon. We're gonna draw it desired size. Let's place this widget like above here, right? We won't see anything yet, and that's fine because we haven't set the icon yet, right? So we need to go to the blueprint of this actor on event begin play. We are going to grab the widget, and we need to create an interface now to communicate between the two widgets, or between this blueprint and the widget on what icon we need to use. Okay, so we'll just make a blueprint interface, BPI icons. Okay, this will be set icon. The inputs we need will be the same as before, which will be the icon itself, e underscore icon. Then you're going to do the font color, which is the slate color, and one more for font size. Okay, and we'll make that a float, and that'll be the inputs. We are going to hit compile. Okay, so in here, what you could do as well is if you want to set this icon dynamically, which is what we're going to do, we're going to create a variable, and this will be icon as well. E underscore icon. We're going to make this instance editable, okay? And on begin play, we're going to get the widget. We are going to get widget because remember, this is a widget component, and we're getting the widget of this component, right? So that's why we got to do this. Then we can set icon message. Okay. You can also make these instance editable, promote all these to a variable. right? And boom, boom, okay. And now we can set all this in the world. And we can have it do what we need to do. But first we need to go back into our widget. And we need to, oh, whoops, that was the wrong one. We need to go back into our icon widget. And we need to set this interface in here. So let's go here, BP icons, or BPI icons. We are going to set icons. Set icon, oh, we gotta change this, sorry. Function, set icon function, we'll call it. Okay. Compile, that'll fix that error. And now we're going to implement this event. We are going to grab our function that we made. And we're going to plug all this in. Okay. So let's hit compile. Let's, the boxes should all be good. Let's hit compile again. Let's drag out some boxes. Okay. Whoops. Drag out a couple different boxes. Click on them. We'll go to the details and we'll notice that we can now choose an icon. We'll do craft pumpkin. It'll be orange, right? And the font size will be 20. And now we can go into, we're in the box, we're gonna go to the widget and we're gonna go to the viewport. We're just gonna move that up, or can we? We're just gonna hit play and make sure that we actually see. Okay, so not sure if that worked, to be honest. So perhaps we should also do this. Maybe we should do this off of, oh, you know why this isn't working? I had this issue in my project. It's because we're running pre-construct. So this, we're gonna cut this. Actually, sorry, we're gonna leave it in there, pardon me. We are gonna go to our UI. So we'll say icons for widgets for this one. And we will duplicate that. And we'll call this icons for blueprints. Okay, so the event pre-construct is always going to override everything that comes in, right? So if this comes into the widget and it sets all this, it's going to immediately trigger the pre-construct because it's basically the same as the construction script. It'll change this every time that there's changes in the blueprint, essentially. So anyways, set icon function, where are we? Icons for widgets. We are going to delete this now. And then we're going to open up icons for blueprints. And we are going to delete this. Okay? We're only going to run this on blueprints, so let's just change that inside our box. So let's see here. Down here. So yeah, you just have, whatever one you're doing, you just have to make sure you're choosing the right one. We're going to hit compile. We are going to see if this works in real time now. Craft. All right, let's see if this fixes it. There it is. So that is what you have to do. You have to put it on the event begin play. Okay. Or if you are doing a overlappy thing, if you put some like box triggers or some box collision or whatever on here, and then on event begin overlap, you can set the icon and make it show up and do a bunch of other fancy stuff, right? So I've showed that at a couple of my streams. So this one we can have be, you know, the pumpkin, sorry, we did the pumpkin already, the craft, which will just be white. And it'll be font size of 20. Let's make the font size 20 by default inside the box so we don't have to keep setting that. Right, and this one will be the armor, which will be, you know, blue, I guess. Okay, and then this last one will make the potion, which will be red for health. Okay, perfect. We'll hit play. There they all are. So there, that's not the pumpkin. Pumpkin. So there you guys go. That's how you create a font system for your stuff, and it looks just really good. Let's make them, all of them bigger, to be honest. You know, why not? So we'll make this, you know, 50. Okay, that's how you can create really easy images in your game and not use any memory because none of this is all text. It's not hard referenceable whatsoever, so that's really great. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you do want to learn about the process in making icons into fonts, you can click on that video there. That will show you how to do it. Special thanks to my Ko-fi members. If you do want to become a member, gain access to super awesome perks, and help support the channel, visit my Ko-fi page and see what tier works for you. As always, keep learning till you game over. Peace.